Hello and welcome to the daily levels for Wednesday, May 1st, 2024. It's almost 8 o'clock a.m. Eastern, and we will come back to this chart after the market closes and analyze whatever happened. We will see you then. Thanks. We are now at the end of the regular session. It's 5 o'clock, and I have to say I have mixed feelings about the way the day went. On one hand, I was expecting more fireworks at 2 o'clock. I have a recording of this. I had made my mind up not to enter any trades after 1 p.m. and here's 2 o'clock, and they waited till 2:30 for that press release to take off, and I wasn't actually here. We'll look at the recording. I'll talk through it, but there was nothing happening. Pretty sleepy as I thought they might be. No levels were hit prior to 2, and I watched this happen, and they hit 502.05 to the penny, by the way, and pulled away. Would have been a base hit. So, like I said, on one hand, I expected there to be some more fireworks, more activity. On the other hand, the levels worked. Base hit there, had you chosen to take them. So, missed out on that, but you never know. I mean, I've seen plenty of Wednesdays after the FOMC announcement at 2 o'clock where they just go one direction and continue. So, fall like a knife through several levels or slice through things. So let's just jump to the recording. I want to point out a couple things. I have this queued up right before 2 o'clock. Start playing this. And you can see here, just like we saw on the other chart, the full day, they hit that level, 502.05 to the penny, pulled away, and that would have worked great. But I was just happy just to watch this and be a spectator. And I had an appointment. I had to get a haircut and beard trim at 3 o'clock. So it was right before 2:30 or so about here I left. So I missed all this. I missed when they went up to 506.50. Let's just scrub ahead, back up to here. And so when you look at this after the fact, they went above several points, but pulled away more than enough for a base hit. So that level was very important. But after this all happened, I just want to point something out that's not maybe necessarily as easy to see on this 1 minute chart. And it's this area up here that is very visible on a couple other charts. Let's just take a look at those. I'll pause this. Very visible on a couple other charts that were clues that there was going to be some very good resistance up here, and there was a good signal to take the short. I'm not saying I would have taken it. I wasn't here. I didn't see this. I got back right before 4 o'clock. Let's just jump to that. I'll show you a couple other time frames. So here's a 10-minute chart. It has volume. It has moving averages. Same lines are drawn on the chart from the morning. These are our levels from the morning with an extra level here at 508.56. This was one of the calculated levels this morning, but it was very close. There was a whole zone up here, and this 509.06 was the midpoint. So I did not put 508.56 on the board, and it didn't hit it anyway, but this comes into play on a different chart. But on this 10-minute chart, I see, 1, 2, 3 visible things, visible clues on why this is a really good area right here around 507.50, and one thing that is not visible, something you'd have to add to the chart, but you can kind of eyeball it. But to be precise, it's something that you can add, and it gives you the fourth reason this was a good area for resistance. And let's take a look at another chart. This is a 15-minute chart, also the same 3 visible reasons right on this chart that I can see, and a fourth not so visible thing. Gives you a good reason to expect there'll be some overhead resistance around 507.50. And the last chart is the 3-hour chart, also known as the 180-minute chart. And there are 2 things I can see on this chart with that third thing that's not visible that would give you a good reason to go short. So wish I'd seen it. Not sure I would have taken it, but honestly, let's just go back to say 10-minute. The way the market was acting here, I can just see the volume. And I wasn't here to look at this, but it wasn't unusual. I mean, yeah, the volume was above average, but it was acting more or less normal. It wasn't sleepy. It wasn't crazy above average. So kind of too bad I missed that one. But that was something I teach in this course I'm developing. Very, very obvious clues on this chart that would have told you to go short at that area. But anyway, no trades taken. Just better to end the day on the zero line than to risk money on an FOMC day. That's my opinion. I thought I would just jump to a daily chart while we're here. Same moving averages. Volume was better than average today. And most of that action happened at the end of the day, of course, as you know. Just want to point out where the close is here. They definitely got below the low of yesterday. That breakdown candle closed below it. Not necessarily a good sign for the bulls. This could be the leg lower that we're talking about. Not sure how much more this is going to develop. I don't want to predict longer term predictions here. But there are definitely plenty of levels under here to catch this for trades in the other direction if and when they fall. Not a whole lot to cover here. Did not take either of the trades. These are the two levels that were hit. Both would have worked. And, they were provided this morning. Since this is the second day, I'm just giving these levels out in the morning on YouTube, as well as emailing them out to the pre-subscribers. So I am curious if anyone happened to catch these levels before the market opened. I know there wasn't a ton who probably saw that video that I posted, but if you tried to trade them and got something, if you were brave enough to trade at around 2 o'clock or 2:30 or so, then I'd be curious to know if you made any money. There's no reason you couldn't have or shouldn't have. Like I said, if you had the gumption to get in front of a moving train, a potential moving train. But anyway, those were the non-trades, if you will. Nothing for me, at least. Hope you found this interesting and helpful, and appreciate you watching. Consider subscribing. Let's do this again tomorrow. Thanks, and have a great day.